Woke has become a dog whistle term that's used against uppity minorities that use civic engagement to get beside themselves and quote unquote forget our place in society. That's the reason why the folks in power have such a disdain for the concept of being woke, and they pushing policies to keep us asleep.
My man really hit the nail on the head. The term woke has really become meaningless. And the meaning that it does have, it's really moved into more negative territory than positive. As he explained, it started off as a word in the Black community to kind of help, signify that people are learning about how things really work, learning about history, learning about society around them, becoming more aware of reality, basically.
In its present day form, the term woke comes from my community, where we encourage each other to be politically, socially, and economically conscious. And now look what the term has done. It's been bastardized.
But now it's being used as a term to slander anything basically that corporate America or the right wing doesn't like. So, if we're talking about universal health care, you're just being woke because you want some, perfect utopian society. Even though the rest of the world, well, not the rest, but much of the rest of the world has universal health care in developed countries. No, that's just wokeism. Talking about, basically anything that benefits the middle class at large. Oh, you're just being woke. So now, being woke doesn't have any meaning.
I see the finesse game they're trying to pull on us. They used to say you cannot complain about what's going on in politics because you don't vote and you're not politically educated. Now they dry ass passing bills that hedges against us being politically involved and politically educated.
But the same thing has been done, to the word socialism. At this point, socialism really doesn't mean anything. We know we lived in a mixed economy. We know that most economies around the world are mixed economies. Public infrastructure, the public commons, that's all socialism technically. But now socialism, again, means anything that corporate America is against or that the right wing is against. If you talk about helping out the middle class, or if you just have, ideas about justice within the country. Oh, that's socialism. And of course, it's been tied to, super red Stalinistic communism. So even if we're just talking about, let's just make education cheaper. Let's make healthcare cheaper. Let's not have millions of Americans straddled in student loan debt. That is synonymous with Stalinism, you see. So it's not just woke, but it's also the word socialism also at this point. Really doesn't mean very much of anything.
That's on the Stop Woke bill. That's on all the bills they passing that makes it harder for us to get to the booth. This sound like some mastery, pimp, master manipulation bull right here. We're going to say you shouldn't talk about the process if you don't know about the process, but then we're going to try to make it where you don't know about the process and can't get involved in the process.
I got another word that no longer means much of anything too, whether you realize it or not, is feminism. And there's been several waves of feminism. Obviously, we know originally it started out as, a way to just equalize women on the playing field so that they could have equal choice in their work lives, economic freedom, and also just freedom in the dating market, not having to be tied down to a man in the same way that they once were when hormonal birth control wasn't as available as it is. But as time has progressed, you look at the Gen Z millennials, feminism has been hijacked. Large portions of it have been hijacked by women who are just on TikTok complaining about their dating lives. Women who are suffering lots of traumatic damage because of, the way they grew up or things that they've been through with men. And it's just transforming into what I want in my dating life, which really is not helpful because, again, we want feminism to remain true for making women's lives better within society, not I want this and I want that because me and my ego. Feminism is being hijacked by people on social media. Even if you don't realize that, trust me, it is. So again, now feminism, at once it was an empowering term, and it still is, but over time, because it's being hijacked by these different cultural influences, now feminism really don't mean that much of nothing. So this type of stuff happens with terms all the time, whether it's woke, socialism, feminism, all types of terms, but this is what ends up happening.